All of the items worn in this video are timeless and will never go out of style. And to me, those are always the best purchases because you can wear them for years and years to come. I'm going to try and link everything in the description box below. So let's jump into the first clothing item, which are plain t-shirts. Year over year, these are always my most worn clothing items. And the ones that I prefer most are the Uniqlo U crewneck t-shirts. The reason why I love them is because they have a nice standard fit. The sleeves are the perfect length. They're not overly baggy. They're not too tight. For colors, I always get a white, a gray, a black, and I try to add in another color that I wear often, like olive. The reason why plain tees are so essential to your wardrobe is because they can be styled in a number of different ways. You can wear them underneath a vest. You can wear them underneath a hoodie and just have that little bit of layering pop out. You can add them under an overshirt like this Carhartt one that you see here. Also in the summertime, if you have a bright or loud print short, a plain white tee is exactly what you're going to need so you're not clashing with the items too much. Okay, so now let's talk about the best pair of jeans to wear in the spring and summer with your crewneck t-shirts. Now, I'm a bit of a connoisseur. I have about 20 or 30 or so pairs. So if you guys want to see a dedicated best denim video, be sure to let me know in the comments. But for me, Levi's is the trusted and true pair of denim that you need, and especially in a light wash. And for me, the classic fit that I recommend you guys get is the Levi's 501. And the reason for that is because they're not too skinny and they're not too overly baggy. It seems like trends go in and out. One year it's super skinny jeans is in style, the next it's like super baggy, right? So I think the very common ground has to be the Levi's 501. Now when it does come to denim washes, I find that there's so many different styles that all kind of look the same. So I'll be sure to leave some of my favorites in the description box below. However, what I will say is that a good pair of vintage Levi's is definitely the way to go. Here is the main difference between them, and we're talking washes. And the reason why Levi's, vintage Levi's in particular, are so great is because they already come like ready to wear. There's no break-in period with the denim, and I find that the jeans come with distressing details that are so hard to mimic in the manufacturing process. So if you absolutely can, try to go with a pair of vintage Levi's. Okay, so let's talk about shirts now. Now, my favorite type of shirt to wear in the spring and summertime are open collar shirts. And the reason why they're so good to wear is because they can be worn in a number of different ways. They can be styled on your way to work with some slim fit dark wash denim and some loafers. It's a really classic and simple look. If you want to go the plain route, which is just a nice simple colored open collar shirt, Uniqlo makes some great options. However, there are a ton of different brands that can match your aesthetic. For example, if you prefer more of a streetwear kind of look, I came across this brand Manier Devoir, which makes these great nylon open collar shirts, which have a nice boxier fit. So as you can see, when you even throw on a long sleeve underneath, there's just a ton of different ways to wear them to sort of match the vibe. You can even go with an open collar shirt that has a little bit more character to it, like this one from Amélie Dor. This is a bowling shirt, and it's got a logo on the chest. It's got a nice logo on the back with some contrasting collars. There's also a big trend this year for crochet shirts, which are a little bit more on the trendy side, but I do have to mention them because I absolutely love them right now. This one is from Stussy, and like I said, can be worn in a more streetwear kind of way with some sneakers and some cargo pants. Similar to these types of shirts as well are knit polos. These ones are absolutely timeless. And one celebrity that I think does a great job of wearing knit polos is, believe it or not, Captain America, Chris Evans. There's so many different price points and varieties. You can go a little bit more high end, which is like Japanese Americana, which is Beams Plus, or you could go on the sort of lower end, everyday more affordable, which would be Abercrombie. Abercrombie, I feel like, has got the cat's out of the bag in terms of affordable knit polos. Tons of different styles to choose from. That's where I get a lot of mine from. So overall, there's tons of versatility with short sleeve button-ups and knit polos. You really can't go wrong with either. Another one of my favorite shirt styles are Oxford shirts. Now trust me, you don't need to wear an Oxford shirt and look like this guy. You can wear them in a much more streetwear or much more casual style that fits your aesthetic. Now one thing I will say is to get one that has a little bit more of a looser fit. That might mean that you need to size up and roll the sleeves up like I do, but trust me, you can wear it unbuttoned with a t-shirt underneath, throw on a hat, this one is a vintage cap, and some jeans and sneakers. It's just a very simple and casual look. It's easily a very wearable clothing item that I definitely style all the time in the spring and summer months. And trust me, these actually look good with sweatpants too. I know that might seem counterintuitive at first, but definitely a vibe. Now weather definitely varies depending on the climate that you live in, and you're definitely going to need a jacket wherever you go. So one thing I will say, two timeless, absolutely timeless light jacket styles would be the denim jacket and the leather jacket. So let's start off with the denim one. This one is actually a thrifted denim jacket that I got for the low. Point being is that you don't got to go spending a ton of money on denim jackets. They're a classic. Every brand kind of makes their own versions, and like I said, I stepped into my local thrift store, Pick this one up. The fit was immaculate. For denim jacket brand recommendations, I'm going to leave some links in the description for you guys to check out. Levi's has been making a trucker jacket for well over 100 years, so you really can't mess with them. Now, for leather jackets, this is probably the most classic jacket that you can buy because it never goes out of style. This one is from a brand called Carb Studios. Highly recommend that you pick them up. Very reasonably priced as well. It's actually vegan leather, and now don't hit fast forward yet. This vegan leather, I promise you, is so supple. It's very soft, and it's not like any fast fashion brands that you're gonna buy from. I promise you, really good quality. Now, once again, to style these, super versatile. For a white dress shirt underneath, some slacks. These are a pair of Wrangler Rancher jeans with a nice flare at the bottom, and some Doc Martens Oxfords. And like I said, you can dress it down. This is definitely a jeans and sneakers type of jacket, right? White tee underneath just looks excellent, and these jeans are also from Wrangler. Gotta save the best for last. Let's talk about everyday wearable shoes for the summertime. First thing that comes to mind when it comes to shoes in the warmer months has to be a good pair of white sneakers. Now, I'm going to recommend some sneakers that probably don't come to mind, so I'm going to leave the Sambas out of this. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk about them, although they are a good summer shoe. But we're going to go with the Onitsuka Tiger GSM. This is just a really classy looking shoe that has a very familiar design language, something that resembles the Air Force One, for example, or the Adidas Forum. And they come in some fun colors as well if you wanted to add in a little pop. The next shoe is actually from a brand that some of you may have never heard of before, and it's Stepney Workers Club, and the shoe is called the Stepney Pearl S Strike. Very clean looking shoe, almost resembles a pair of Vans. And last but not least, it would be hard for me to not mention a pair of Converse. I think the Stussy Converse that just came out in that fossil, that beige colorway look really clean. Now, for a full dedicated list of 9 other sneakers, a little bit more on the hype side, that are perfect for 2023, click this video right here. Or if you want to learn about some of the very best trends. We talked about essential clothes. What about the trendy stuff though? Click this video right here. So why don't we check one of those out, and I'll meet you guys there.